Well, hello, my name is Nick Ikonomou and I'm an action coach. My practice is in Melbourne, Victoria, in Australia, and I've operated this practice now for 18 years. My journey started in a way where I've always wanted to think about getting into a business, and when I did 14 years of corporate work in the accounting field, I got promoted to various positions towards the end of it, and I really didn't see that being a managing director of those kind of companies was the attractive thing for me at that point in time. So I realistically wanted to run a business, but I didn't see great role models at that level for me to continue on the journey in the corporate world. So when I started looking around for a small business, I looked around initially for franchises in general because of the support structures that you get from a franchise. You get training, and I've always valued training in all the organisations that I've worked at. So that's why I looked at franchising, and we had a lot of different options to look at, and I ended up going to some of those appointments to just suss out what the opportunities were like and how I can actually get involved. But in the end, I was very lucky that before I made any decisions around any of those other options, I did see an advertisement for Action International, as the way we were called back then. And this was the best thing that's ever happened to me, because the ad spoke straight directly to me, what I was looking for and who I was with my background. And I went and met Fletcher Searle, who was the master licensee for this area, and the rest was history. Absolutely loved the energy, the process that I was taken through to qualify for becoming a business coach. Lots of information was sent to me prior to the appointment with Fletcher, and then obviously I went through the whole process of going through and analysing it and making sure that I would want to join the company like this. So in reality, what I was looking for was a franchise and a business that would suit my background. And as an accountant, I was a financial controller back in my corporate days. I was able to help the corporate world leaders understand the numbers that they're looking at, but the reality is there was far more excitement in trying to help small business owners who run their own businesses, put everything on the line, and the energy they put in to change their lives. And realistically, being a business coach in a small to medium size arena, that's what we do. So what I liked about it at that point in time was that it was pioneering. It was the camaraderie feeling of being part of that pioneering phase was exciting. Supportive environment, again, is something that I was looking for. And I was mesmerised with Brad's videos, audios. We had tapes and VHSs back in those days. So all that sort of information was fantastic, because I was always into learning. I've done other forms of learning on audios, and that was a good complementary style of being inducted into this process of becoming a business coach. And I wanted to hang out with positive people as well. So rubbing shoulders with Brad and everyone else that was being involved at that point in time, wanting to make a difference. That was, again, a fantastic thing to be involved in, and I've never looked back since, obviously. And once I got in, I just feel like I was in the right place. It didn't take much convincing that's what I wanted to do. Obviously, changing a career from a salaried position to starting a new business was challenging, because you're starting from scratch and replacing a regular salary. So I was excited by that. I know my wife was a little bit more nervous about that, but it's what I wanted to do, and we went through the process of transitioning to quite a different lifestyle. So it was the early days for business coaching industry. So it was pioneering days, and talking to prospects was more about educating about what we do and what the possible consequences to them would be. I mean, we all along we sell the intangible, so it's difficult for people to understand how they may get those benefits. But as we grew as business coaches and our skills and had more clients on board, we obviously helped out clients in a much better way as the years gone by. And I'm very proud to have coached over 300 businesses in one-on-one business coaching. So that makes a massive difference to what I can offer to my clients these days. But the early days were obviously the early days, and you have to start somewhere. The conferences are something that I hold very true to the values that I have. I love the conferences. I can't get to all of them. Circumstance dictated. Sometimes you can go, sometimes you can't go. But the reality is that as many as I can, I love to go to them because the culture there is, again, supportive, further training, benchmarking, something that you really can't do on your own when you're running a business. You might go to various training events with other companies, but it's a collection of strangers that don't know each other well enough to say to each other that it's okay to learn from each other and just keep having that continuity. So that was really great. And being here for so long, I've seen people come and go, but the reality is there's a lot of good people here who've been around for a long time, and just mixing with those people is just enormous. They have pushed me to go to benchmarks of levels that I wouldn't have achieved if I was on my own. No way in the world would I have achieved what I've achieved so far just by being a business coach on my own, starting from scratch. So the franchising model does work because it does push individuals to another level, and it goes without saying it wouldn't be if I was just running it on my own. It's just impossible for that to actually occur. So in reality, the business has grown year on year, and that's my franchise operation that I'm running. The beauty about what I like about the franchise is it doesn't judge how people structure their franchise. Everyone's running it with a slight difference because they're all different individuals with different backgrounds and prefer different styles. Some people come from an accounting background, some people come from an HR background, some people come from a personal development background, and others, quite frankly, from engineering and other past business ownership angles. So it's practically impossible that we're going to be running identical businesses. And whilst we're in a franchise, that is perhaps the ideal scenario. But then we are not talking about selling French fries. We do have to come with an intellect that allows our clients to get inspired by individual nuances. So all in all, if you are looking at a franchise or as an employee coach to get into this opportunity, it is a fantastic opportunity for it to be going that many years and still going strong. There aren't too many organisations out there that do that for such a long time and be very, very successful with its reputation intact. So good luck in your endeavours, and I hope I'd see you on a journey that you may encounter, and we may bump into each other at conferences.